Where do you see the kind of the state of mental health now? Like, where do you think we should be going? Where do you think we should be looking? How do you think we should be approaching these conversations?
I think that the thing that's a little bit concerning is this sort of attitude I think that some people have that once the pandemic's over, people who started struggling during the pandemic or people who got much sicker, as I did, will just snap out of it as soon as the pandemic is over. And it doesn't
Yeah.
work that way. So I think we're really going to need more resources dedicated to mental health than we have now. And I think we need to work more preventatively because I think I mean, in healthcare in general, but I think especially in mental health care, it's such a reactionary system. You don't really you're on these crazy waiting lists for psych supports, and, it can be too late. So, in my case, I remember having a conversation with one of the psych nurses in the hospital, and she goes, this is actually good that you were hospitalized because now you will be shortlisted. You'll be, if you need psych supports in the future, you'll be at the top of the list. And I was just like, why is this what it has to come to
Yeah.
for that to happen, for people to receive the help they need in a reasonable amount of time?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's not that surprising to kind of point out the areas that our healthcare system is kind of busted in some ways. It's so great in so many ways, but there
Yeah.
is other areas. It seems like we're not keeping up to the task of improving and changing and developing. What this next stage of our healthcare system is, because I think when it comes to mental health, I mean, the amount of people who are dealing with depression nowadays is just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
It's upgrading every year, and it seems like kind of the only answer we have is it feels kind of like doctors are a bit helpless. They're of course going to try their best, but they're seeing all these patients every day. What they're told is to prescribe antidepressants,
Hmm.
and it's just this. I like how you said preventative. It reminds me of there was a story. I think it was I can't remember who told it actually, but there's basically this story of someone watching. It's kind of an analogy. Someone watching basically like there's kids drowning over here, okay? And they're, whoa, okay, we need to get those. There's a kid right here that he's floating down. You can see him floating down the river. We need to jump in and get him. So they jump in and they save the kid and they pull him to shore. And then they look up and there's another kid that's coming down the river and he's drowning. Oh wow! Jump in, save him, pull him out, get to the shore. You look up and there's more kids. They keep coming down the river. And so at some point we need to get someone to walk upstream and wonder what the heck's going
Yes.
on. Why are these
Yes.
kids jumping in the river? Like we can keep saving them. Like we're down here. We've got a net. We're gonna save all that we can. We're gonna get them all to the shore. We want to help them, but we need to look at it holistically. We need to take a meta view of this whole scenario and look upstream. What's going on upstream?
Yeah.
What's causing this depression? Is it a mindset? Is it our habits? Is it our food? Is it just our culture in general? Is it an incorrect thought process? Is it a chemical response to something? It's I, of course there are many people who are trying to attack and solve these problems, but it does seem like it really needs to, this whole mental health needs to be put at the forefront of what's going on. We have these young people who are growing up, kind of. I don't know. I just I think the state of mental health does need to, just like you said, it does need to shift from just dealing with it right now. We'll just throw this at it, throw antidepressants at it, whatever, into a more preventative.